Iron is difficult in the arteries, right? So then your body creates, it just causes inflammation.
Yeah.
And then cholesterol gets layered on top. And we think cholesterol is bad. But in fact, it's just a symptom of inflammation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are the most common deficiencies when you're reviewing these hair tests you see?
And we have a whole team of nutritionists that go through our course, and they get really rigorously trained. And so they'll do all these, but even like Dr. Mercola reached out to have us go through those, and and he's one of the godfathers of the space. It shows you like smart people seek advice when it's not an area of non-speciality. Right?
Yeah.
So iodine, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus. People often have way too much calcium. So 2 things I would tell you to stop taking until you get a hair analysis would be calcium for sure, iron, and maybe even vitamin D.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was deficient in that though.
Yeah, and your calcium level might be so high. Often though, a lot of people have such a high calcium level that calcium causes a shielding around the cell. Causes a shielding around the cell, and other nutrients try to get in, and it's called a calcium shell pattern. And they just don't get absorbed as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I've had low vitamin D3 for years, dude. I can't fix that one.
And then they put fluoride in tap water, right? Yeah. Supposedly under the guise of, this is going to help your teeth. It doesn't. Fluoride, not a fan in general at all, but certainly it has a zero effect when it's just going past your teeth and you're drinking and it's going in the gut. What happens on a real chemical level is whenever fluoride or fluorine is present in the body, lithium will break all bonds to come to it. And yeah, it's really, it's crazy because lithium balances mood, depression, all have this in common.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's what's causing these mental health issues. The lithium is bonding to the fluoride.
It's part of it. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So when you strip out lithium from someone's diet, I'll explain it like this, and I'll let anyone draw their own conclusion. What we know for sure is there's a study in groundwater in the U.S. But take whatever country you're in, and if people are drinking tap water, right? And this could be true for any of the water you're drinking. If your water is low in lithium, you have a higher. Let me say it exactly how the study was. So the areas, picture a map of the continental U.S. The areas that had the lowest amounts of lithium had the highest amounts of both depression and.
Wow, direct correlation.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
So I created something called Upgraded Mood during COVID to help with that, to absorb, make sure it's absorbed through our process again, where you're going to absorb virtually all of it. So virtually all of that's going to get absorbed. It's also got some of other things like our magnesium that we did the clinical trial on, some chromium to balance blood sugar, all these different things, and some other aspects too. So
I wonder if something like this could help with preventing diabetes.
Absolutely. Preventing, reversing, especially type 2. Even type 1, diet still matters. Don't let anyone tell you diet would matter because, you have this genetic disposition. Do you think, should you just go the opposite way and have, obviously, you still do everything you can?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I have that diabetes predisposition as well as the Alzheimer's one.
Yeah. No, you don't have type 1, do you?
No.
No, that's just a disposition. Yeah. So all of that is influenceable through nutrition. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's something I'm keeping an eye on because my glucose was a little high on my last blood test. So I definitely got to not eat sugar and grains and stuff. But
Right. And all of us should really avoid things that make us weak. And that's going to be gluten, dairy, even if you're like, it doesn't make you stronger.
Yeah. And they taught us growing up it did.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Drink milk for strong bones.
And douse it, and douse that cereal that you can run a magnet over some of it and pull out iron filings.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Crazy.
I used to eat cereal every day.
Enriched with iron. Like, I guess they're just like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a conspiracy and they're trying to make us sick, or they don't know better. Or,
I mean, who knows?
Or both. Can't be both, I guess. But anyway, yeah.
On top of that, 50% of people have that gene break that can't process fortified and enriched stuff. So
yeah, I mean, so here's another stat that you won't hear elsewhere, really. Men and women have a system in the body that recycles 96% of the iron they take in. So knowing that, would it be likely that a whole group of people, whether it's a menstruating woman or a woman that's in, just the latter stages of her life, no longer has a period, a guy at any age, would it be likely that they would be low in iron with that stat, again, deep understanding?
Yeah.
No. Now, again, they go, well, I tested, my blood showed low. What did I say about blood? Blood's you on your best behavior.
Right.
So in that case, you're like, well, but it's showing low. Yeah, because the body, so here's another stat that will help people parse that. When your body is able, and this is the case, to store up to 10 times more iron in the tissue than in the blood. So 10 times more. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, I'm low. How low are you? Well, I have half the amount that they say I should in my blood of iron or hemoglobin. Or just in any iron marker, really. Okay. Well, knowing that stat, again, go back to that stat. What was the stat? Well, it was 10 times higher. So you're saying, all right, well, my level should be at 10 and it's at 6, for example, whatever it is. Out of 10, you could still be 10 times higher. You could be at 60. So, in your tissue. So, and a lot of people are, and, they released, some great studies in, nature.com, which is a well-respected, one of the top respected, publications out there for scientific literature. So, yeah. Anyway, like what they released, what they found was about 34%, at least. Again, what they found, even like for sure, 34% of people were that died from heart-related incidents died from too much iron.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a large percent.
Because iron is difficult in the arteries, right? So then your body creates. It just causes inflammation.
Yeah.
And then cholesterol gets layered on top. And we think cholesterol is bad. But in fact, it's just a symptom of inflammation.
Interesting. Now,
when you run out of magnesium, here's another stat for people. When your magnesium is low, the flow chart would be you lose magnesium from a stressful event, too much caffeine, whatever it is, just flying, working a lot, whatever. Best intentions, still not enough magnesium for whatever reason. Maybe you're not absorbing it. Again, reason why I created the whole line. You lose magnesium, you lose all other electrolytes. You lose other electrolytes, you then get to cell death. You have cell death, the body goes, oh, we have to clean that up. Inflammation processes. In the short term, that's not a bad thing. You still want plenty of magnesium. When it's like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, months, many months, years, chronic disease. Versus, man, I never thought of this before, but chronic health, that would be great. Like, how do we make health chronic? How do we make that so sustainable for people, right? And I'm glad there's a lot of companies focused on this.
Yeah.
Not just from nutrition, but also from all the other technologies. I will say, though, if you do all these other things, you could spend tens of thousands on stem cells. If you have a lot of mineral deficiencies, and that's your most foundational thing, that's a periodic table that builds everything. right? Everything we've ever touched or eaten. Do you think they're going to work as well, survive as well, as if it's sort of like putting good stuff into a dirty pool?
You know? Yeah, that's crazy. Another thing that came up on my blood test was some liver issues, which is crazy because I don't drink, but I took Accutane for 7 months, and that was 10 years ago. It's still popping up on my blood results for the past few years straight.
Yeah.
Have you seen any supplements that can help with liver?
Yeah, we make something called upgraded detox and debloat, and it has a bunch of different sizes of particles that grab on to affinity. It has affinity for different things. So it can grab arsenic, grab mercury, grab all these different things. A lot of it does get stored in organs. So yeah, you know.
Heavy metal detox is important.
Very.
A lot of people have heavy metals from seafood, right, and dark leafy vegetables.
We almost don't see really anyone that doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's in the grains too, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can have arsenic in like brown rice. You can have like the husk. It's all over, man.
It's scary.
Arsenic's pretty bad on the body too.
Yeah, that was high on my results too, so I got to keep an eye on that one. Which is crazy because I just did a parasite cleanse, so it must have been even worse before that.
Right, because parasites are attracted to heavy metals. So.
Yeah, I cleared most of them out, but the levels were still kind of high. So it must have been something I've been dealing with for a while.
Good for you, man. It's important. I know it seems like a lot, but our bodies do so much for us. So.
Yeah, and at our level, you know, every little optimization is extra 6-7 figures. So
exactly. If you have 10% more energy, even 10% more energy throughout your day,
that's massive.
It's massive.
That's an extra podcast episode. That's an extra hour phone call you could take.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's huge. It adds up.
Thought.
Yeah. Where can people buy these, man?
You can find all of this at upgradedformulas.com. And we've really built an amazing process for people. Say, follow it.
Yeah, we'll link it below. And anything else you want to close off with or promote?
What have we not covered? We've talked about mood, fertility too, right? There's a lot of people that are struggling to get pregnant or just be vital. And like I said, men and women, upgraded tea is key for that. Create a really balanced formula so it's not going to jack anyone's testosterone up higher than it should be, but it will help you get to the point that you feel a lot better at relatively quickly. A lot of people say it's experiential, like within a couple of days they're starting to feel something, certainly within a week.
Wow.
A week. And then either 8 hours sleep or upgraded magnesium for just better everything, really.
Yeah, you said 2 hours of sleep additional.
Oh, well, 2 hours of deep sleep additional. If someone's at an hour, we pretty much get everyone to 2 hours. And then it just depends on the person. But we've taken people from like 15 minutes of deep sleep a night and a lot of REM to 2 hours of deep sleep in like 5 nights.
Incredible.
Yeah, so really, really cool. And then you look at other things like, let's say, just closing out with some of these benefits. And this is true for 8 hours sleep too. So yeah, overall sleep quality improved by 22%, reduced depression by 19%.
Damn.
Reduced tension and by 19%. By 20%. Reduced fatigue by 20%. Also daytime wakefulness shot up. So you see people that have blood sugar issues that have tough time staying awake, especially around like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And naps are still great. Like that can improve the blood sugar in the body too. But you don't want to have to take a nap.
Right.
There's a difference, right? And I've been there too. I've had Crohn's, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, all sorts of things. Lots of brain fog, and I was fit too. I've never not been fit. But being healthy and being fit are two very different things.
Absolutely.
Right? And we don't give that credence. And we feel like, too, if you're the fittest among your friends, you don't really feel like you should, complain, get help. Yeah.
Yeah, friend group's important.
Yeah. And then improve mood by 25%. I mean,
love it, man.
That's just like a PSA.
Yeah,
I mean, we're doing great. It's the reason I started this company. I want people to not suffer, to feel a lot better, in other words, with things that I feel like are Pretty simple fixes.
Yeah, we'll link it all below. Comment below if you guys end up trying, and I'd love to hear some results. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.